At the third edition of the Paris Peace Forum, worldwide leaders and actors around the world gathered online to advance concrete global governance solutions. In that context, our strategy, the European Response to Electoral Cycle Support, better known as EUREX, was selected as one of the 10 projects showcased at the forum to receive the support of the forum's Scale-Up program. EUREX is an innovative delivery mechanism to implement electoral and democracy assistance activities to prevent and mitigate electoral conflicts. EUREX targets the facilitation of the cooperation on electoral matters between the EU member states, and their partner countries. Over the last 12 months, with the support of the forum, we have expanded the implementation of our approach, reaching over 35 African countries, increased the impact of our outreach and external communication, updated and fine-tuned our EUREX strategy, and conceived new innovative tools for the implementation of electoral assistance activities that have obtained copyrights. This was also achieved with the support of the mentorship of senior advisors who offered their experience and knowledge, useful also in the context of the renewal of our ISO 9001 and trace certifications of our quality and financial management systems. We've also developed and implemented our Innov Elections project, funded by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In this framework, we have provided distance learning and coaching activities covering all areas of the electoral cycle and have reached a total of 1,088 participants in 35 countries in Africa. When it comes to the implementation of EUREX in Ethiopia, we have supported the National Electoral Board of Ethiopia (NEBE) and the Coalition of Ethiopian Civil Society Organizations for Elections (SECOA) via the Prevention, Mitigation, and Management of Electoral Conflicts and Potential Violence in Ethiopia, PEV Ethiopia. We've received a total of 24.5 million euros with funding from the EU, Germany, Denmark, and Ireland. Among the activities implemented in favor of NEBE, we have provided an important support on the operational and logistical activities of NEBE, as well as capacity development, training of 150,000 poll workers, media monitoring, institutional communications, and on-demand advisory services. In addition to that, we have supported NEBE's dialogue with civil society organizations for their interactions with women and youth, people with disabilities, and traditional and religious leaders. For SECOA, we have implemented a cascade training scheme on leadership and conflict management skills for electoral stakeholders lead throughout the country, provided trainings for traditional leaders and elders, journalists and media houses, women candidates, and over 2,000 members of SECOA, as well as setting up a SECOA media monitoring unit. We have worked with SECOA to train and deploy 4,100 domestic observers and provided support to plan and implement civic and voter education activities reaching over 500,000 voters. Building on the relationships established and activities implemented, on the 20th of May 2021, founder and executive director of ECES, Fabio Bargiacchi, and Bankole Adeoye, the Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security of the African Union, signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at consolidating their comprehensive partnership in the areas of electoral integrity, prevention of electoral conflicts, human rights, and women's political participation. Looking forward, we're extremely proud to release the second edition of this approach, first published in 2016 at this edition of the Paris Peace Forum, taking stock of the lessons learned over the last years. This is including our new copyrighted methodology of peace mediation in electoral processes that offers a unique perspective and draws upon a repository of knowledge that ECES have acquired for having worked in the intersection of two closely related but still separate thematic fields. While mediation is often an open-ended process entered into freely, largely dictated by the commitment and will of conflicting parties, electoral processes, on the other hand, are lined with many cutoff dates and unfold according to an electoral calendar that often cannot be changed. The electoral calendar begs mediation support to fit into a frame that it may not be familiar with. The Peace Mediation in Electoral Processes tool offers concrete guidance and is directed towards mediation actors and supporters at all tracks and all electoral stakeholders, including the donors, partners, and the diplomatic community of a given country.